Thomas and Friends, making tracks to great destinations.
Dear Christopher, here is your friend Thomas the Tank Engine. He wanted to come out of his station yard and see the world. These stories tell you how he did it. I hope you will like them because you helped me to make them. Your loving Daddy.
Thomas is a fun, happy little tank engine. He can puff very quickly. And he also likes to be busy. And any job is a happy job for Thomas. One day, Thomas and Spencer were waiting at Nafford Station. So Thomas had very important news. A carnival train has arrived at Brentwood Docks. Thomas was excited. He wished that the tower had the accident to pull the Funfair train. Spencer, you must pull the Funfair train. Thomas was disappointed. Thomas, you must be Spencer's back engine. But Thomas didn't want to be Spencer's back engine. He wanted to pull the Funfair train on his own. I have an important job to do today too. After we deliver the Funfair train, Thomas, I have to be hanging out with Gordon in the Secret Tender Club. Which means that tank engines were not allowed due to private reasons you can't explain, I know. Thomas puffed angry along until he reaches to a signal. He wished he could pull the Funfair train on his own instead of working with Spencer. Then, an idea bubbled into Thomas's boiler. If he arrived at the docks before Spencer, he can correct the carnival special. Then, Spencer will have enough time to hang out with Gordon in the Secret Tender Club. That would really help him out. So Thomas puffed away as fast as he could. Soon Thomas puffed into the docks. The Funfair train was ready. My, what a very long train. Let me get myself turned around so that way I can couple it up. But Thomas didn't see that Spencer was in the front of the train and waited for Thomas. Thomas would soon couple up to the carnival special. Spencer will be so pleased with me when I'm done with this job, he puffed. Still, Thomas didn't see that Spencer was in the front of the train. Then there was trouble. Thomas huffed and he puffed. He heaved and he hauled. The couplings all groaned and they strained until one of them snapped. Hooray! It's easy now. And now I'm pulling the carnival train. But Thomas would have half of it along with Spencer. So Thomas puffed proudly on. Rosie was excited to see Thomas pulling the Funfair train, and this made Thomas happy too. Then there was trouble. Another coupling snapped. Up ahead, Percy the bus was taking children to the Funfair. Thomas chugged by. Percy started to toot his horn. He must be tuning at my carnival special, thought Thomas. But Percy was not tuning at Thomas's train. He was tuning because a coconut car was rolling straight towards the level crossing. It smashed against the gate. Coconuts have walls everywhere. The whole entire level crossing was blocked. But Thomas didn't know. He puffed proudly on. Then, another freaking coupling snapped. Thomas flashed Jake in the siding. Jake was waiting on getting to the main line. The points changed. Jake always whistled so loudly. He's probably jealous of my special, so I'm gonna give him a terrible send-off to the series he'll never forget, said Thomas proudly. Am I? But Jake was whispering because the truck full of milk was rolling straight towards him. Jake was soon covered with milk from funnel to his footplate. But Thomas didn't know. He puffed proudly on. So Thomas was puffing up towards a very steep ramp. Then, another frickin' coupling just happened to snap. Then Thomas heard another engine's whistle. Aww, they remember I pulled the special train too, Thomas squealed heavily. But it was Spencer, with the rest of the Funfair trucks. Thomas's freight car was now rolling straight towards Spencer. Oh, Rosie! The truck smashed into Spencer and seized from the big wheel clatter and clang all over the tracks. Spencer was stuck. So Thomas puffed into Mayfway Station. Nobody waved a whistle. So Topham Hatt was there. He was very cross. I told you to be Spencer's back engine. But I only want to pull the carnival train on my own, sir. I just want to help Spencer out. Well, aside from Spencer, you didn't help anybody else. You had caused some big confusion and delay. You left half of your train. Now there will be no carnival for the children. Thomas felt terrible. He wanted everybody to be proud of him, and now they were all cross. Sir, I am like a quick engine like Rosie. I can correct the other cars. Now get the hook from Skyrim's workshop to help out Spencer. And will deliver the carnival special in time. So Thomas puffed away as fast as his wheels could work. Spencer's line was still blocked. I am so sorry, Spencer. I only wanted to help you. The hook can deliver the seats back on the truck. I can collect the new cars. Then we could deliver the carnival special together. Thank you, Thomas. So Thomas puffed away quickly. He had to get the first freight cars. Soon Thomas got the new car full of coconuts and milk, as he raced back to Spencer as fast as he could. Thomas had been puffing very quick. The hook just got the seats back on the trucks. I am ready to be your back engine now. And so him and Spencer raced as fast as they could to Wednesday. Soon the two engines had arrived at Midway, and just in time. Well, that's convenient. We made it on time. That evening, Thomas and Spencer watched the children play at the carnival. They were having a wonderful time. I hope we work on another special soon. The sooner, the better. Working with you is the best of all. Thomas couldn't have been happier. Thomas is a fun little tank engine. He loves playing around with his friends. He loves playing hide and seek with Rosie. And he enjoys making some friends. One morning, Thomas was woken with a new whistle. His whistle gleamed, and Thomas screamed too. And he blew it all day long. And he blew it softly, and he blew it loudly. He whistled at stations, and he brought it at Terrence's field. Thomas had puffed into Kelsworth with a train of empty trucks. Sir Topham Hatt was there. "Thomas," he said, "the other engines are bringing you some other random stuff that they need. They must be loaded onto your trucks by supper time." Sir Topham Hatt left. Thomas felt very happy. He decided to blow his new whistle loudly. Rosie was surprised. She bashed into her trucks. Percy and Toby couldn't help but laugh. Even Rosie thought it was fun. "That was fun," tooted Thomas. Now he wants to play more things and have more fun. So Thomas and the other engines puffed away to find another engine to beep. Bill and Ben puffed into the yards. They had some empty trucks waiting for Thomas. But Thomas wanted to have a bit more fun. He puffed up quietly alongside Bill and Ben's freight cars. Toby, Percy, and Rosie held their puff. Thomas got ready with his whistle. As he tooted the loudest whistle, Bill and Ben jumped and they bashed their freight cars. Bill and Ben's cars were all derailed. Toby, Percy, and Rosie thought it was funny. Even Thomas. Bill and Ben do have to admit it was funny too, so they wanted to join in. "You can't catch us!" told Bill and Ben. Thomas raced after them. Everybody was having a lot of fun. But nobody cleaned up the mess. Then Thomas had another idea. "Nia's coming with the trucks of hay soon," said Thomas. "How about we peep her at once?" The other engines were excited, and they already found hiding places. As Nia puffed in towards the yard, there was nobody to be seen. "Now!" cried Thomas, and he blew his new whistle as loudly as he could. The other engines blew their whistles too. Nia burst into the darkness in surprise. Hay flew over everywhere. "Nia, you okay?" asked Ben. "Yeah, fine. But now I am. You can't even catch me." Soon, all the other engines were chasing each other. And nobody worked like idiots. Then Thomas had a final idea. "How about if I gave James a big scare, like, over our whistles?" The other engines thought it was a very great idea, especially Toby. James was just resting on top of the tracks, and Thomas backed up. Thomas got up to the top and he was ready with his whistle. The other engines are ready too. James had shot forward. He raced down the hill and he crashed. Oh, bother. Luckily, nobody was hurt. Then Sir Topham Hatt arrived. He was very cross. "What has been going on here?" he said sternly. "Like, I seen a bunch of cars derail and left in the middle of the line. What happened here?" "I'm sorry, sir," said Thomas. "I just only want to play jokes and have fun." This makes Sir Topham Hatt even more cross. "You must clean up this mess at once," he said, "and your trucks must be loaded by supper time." "Yes, sir. Sorry, sir," said Thomas. So what pranks are we going to do now, Thomas?" asked Ben. "Sadly, I don't have any," said Thomas. "Why?" asked Percy. "Sir Topham had caught us in the act, and we had to clean up the mess before supper time, so let's go."
6.5 hours later.
Soon, the mess had been tied up, and Thomas back down on his train, and it wasn't even supper time yet. Then Sir Topham had arrived. "Well done, all of you," said Sir Topham proudly. "Thank you, sir," said Thomas, and Thomas puffed away with his train. Thomas and Percy are really useful tank engines. They can fit trucks very easily. Thomas and Percy thinks they can shunt trucks more easier than any other engine. One day, Thomas and Percy are working hard at the quarry. The yard manager arrived. "Thomas, I have a very important job for you. You must have to collect some trucks and fill them with stone. Toby must soon collect them later." "Yes, sir." "I have an important job, too. I doubt I'm gonna shove my freight cars first." "Oh, no, you won't." "Please, I can be a steam engine any day. I'll race you towards the harbor." Thomas was sure he can do his job and race with Percy, but Percy wanted this race to be tricky. Then Percy had a cheeky idea. "We had to go backwards." "All right then, I'll win." And soon the two engines raced away, backwards. "Steamers are fast, steamers are first," Thomas said to himself. Thomas is so determined to win. So Thomas and Percy took several tracks to the harbor. "I'm sure I'm gonna win," Thomas said to himself. So Thomas steamed towards the harbor. "Hooray, I'm first!" But Thomas didn't see that Percy got into the harbor first, right in front of him. Thomas smashed right into Percy. Stones pouring down from the harbor. Thomas was soon covered in frontal footprint and dust. "I'm alive! I'm alive! Tight is so steamy! I won the race!" Thomas was so determined to beat Percy now. "We'll have another race. To the washdown. And this time I'll win. We still have to go backwards, that's the rules." So the two engines whooshed away. So Thomas and Percy raced from buffer to buffer. "Steamers are fast, steamers are first," Thomas said to himself. James was at the washdown. He was enjoying his soapy soap. But Thomas couldn't see James as he reversed towards the washdown. I smashed into James, who came off the tracks. "Wah! Bust my bumpers! Wah!" Then Percy rolled in. "I won!" Thomas forgot about James. Thomas was enjoying being the winner. "Well, we're both tied on this race. We must have one more." Thomas is no longer thinking about his job. "All right, let's race to the engine sheds. Whoever gets there is the fastest." So Percy bubbled his boiler. And Thomas pumped his pistons. As the two engines raced away, backwards. So Thomas steamed into the weed. "Steamers are fast, steamers are first," Thomas said to himself. Thomas had to win this race, but Percy struggled alongside him. Then there was trouble. Diesel and Spencer were resting at the engine sheds. But Thomas and Percy couldn't see them. They had been racing towards Diesel and Spencer. With a bang and a crash, Thomas and Percy smashed Diesel and Spencer right in the middle of the engine sheds. and they came off the tracks. Luckily, no one was hurt. Uh-oh. Just then, Toby arrived. I called to correct my train. Your train isn't ready yet. Just then, the yard manager arrived. He was very cross. Thomas, you bumped James off the tracks, and Diesel and Spencer right in the middle of the engine sheds. Thomas felt worse than ever. Oh my god, this is me and Percy's fault. We shouldn't have been racing and causing one destruction. Thomas and Percy puffed up to Toby. Your train will be ready soon, Toby. Just wait a minute. And Thomas and Percy chugged quickly away. Thomas and Percy felt terrible. We had to put things right, said Thomas. Agreed, said Percy. So Thomas got all the trucks in line, and some stones had been filled up. And soon, Toby puffed away with his train. Meanwhile, with Percy, he got the hook from Skyler's workshop and was puffing to fix the mistakes. So the crane lifted James back onto the tracks. I'm so sorry that Thomas smashed into you, James. We are trying to have a race. James was thankful he was back on the tracks. And so, Percy puffed away to the engine sheds. The hook soon pulled Diesel and Spencer out from the shed. Me and Thomas are so sorry we biffed you two. We shouldn't have done our jobs first instead of racing. Then, Thomas puffed up. We have to take those broken buffers to the steamworks. Sure, Percy. So the buffers are welded onto the flatbeds, and Percy and Thomas chucked away with them as quickly as they could. Soon, everything was all tidied up. You know, we have been so busy tidying up, we forgot about who was going to be the fastest. What time is our race? Oh, I did. But this time we must go forwards. So the two engines raced to the quarry gates. And both of them made it together. One morning, Thomas was puffing to random dogs. I had to collect some logs for Farmer McCall, he chuffed. On his way, he saw Percy. He was waiting at a signal. Look at what's over there, Thomas, said Percy cheerfully. Thomas looked. He saw a talking snowman. I had never seen a snowman before, said Percy. Neither do I, added Thomas. Soon the signal changed and Thomas puffed away. Suddenly, the snowman decided to be lifted up and started to follow Thomas. Thomas had to stop at the level crossing. Suddenly, Mr. Snowman decided to be in front of Thomas, starting dancing around him. Cinders and ashes, cried Thomas. What are you doing here, Mr. Snowman? But the snowman didn't hear Thomas. He just stared at him. Hello, are you deaf? I'm saying, what are you doing here? The children will be very upset without you. And so Thomas puffed away. So Thomas puffed into the docks to pick up the logs. James was already there. Hello, Thomas. What are you doing without the snowman? Wait, what snowman? Oh, no. Then the snowman danced around Thomas again. Thomas felt very embarrassed. Mr. Snowman, I told you to go back to the children. Why are you still following me? And so Thomas chuffed away. So Thomas had a line with Farmer McCall's.
Hello, Thomas. What are you doing with our snowman?
What? Oh my fucking god! The snowman danced around Thomas again. Mr. Snowman, I keep on telling you to go back to the children. Why are you still following me, please? And Thomas chuffed away as fast as he could. Soon Thomas decided to stop. Then the snowman danced around Thomas again. He was still following him. Then Thomas noticed something. It's a balloon, cried Thomas. I thought that snowman made out of ice. So the snowman went back to Thomas's camp, and Thomas steamed away with it. Soon Thomas went back to the field. The children were pleased to see their snowman return, and Thomas felt very happy indeed because of the snowman.
Then to the 46th rank, shouting trucks and